Hello and welcome 12th Commerce students. Today is the first class of Business Studies subject. Before starting the class, I must tell you that we will follow the same book, the book of the same author, that is J.K. Mitra, the Business Studies book written by J.K. Mitra of ABS publication of class 12. I can show you the book. You have to purchase this book. If you are having this book of business studies, then it is okay. And if you are not having this book, then any other author also you can purchase. But most preferably, we all follow this J.K. Mitra ABS publication book. It covers looks like this. So this book we will follow in business studies. So in business studies, talking about the subject business studies, the syllabus of business studies is divided into two distinct categories, part A and part B. Some chapters are included in part A, whereas the other chapters are included in part B. Today we will start the class with a chapter of part A, that is management, nature and significance of management. So today's class is the beginning class that we will start today. The chapter name is Nature and Significance of Management. The first chapter of part A section of business studies, Nature and Significance of management. This is the first chapter of the book and the first chapter of part A section. So today we will start with this chapter only. Now, before starting this chapter, I want to clear the concept of management. Now, the concept of management can be seen through two approaches. There are two approaches of management that is followed. First one is the traditional approach and the other one is the modern approach. Now, according to traditional approach, management, the word management has got three meanings. The word management can be divided into three categories. Management, that is manage, men and T. Word management means manage men tactfully. The word means management, manage men tactfully. Now, this means management tactfully. This means managing the employees working in the organization tactfully. Now, this is according to the traditional approach. I am talking about the traditional approach. The traditional approach, where management can be defined as manage men tactfully. Management means managing the men tactfully to get the things done. It involves the art of getting things done through the help of the people involved in the management. This is what is explained in the traditional approach. Now we come to the modern approach. According to modern approach, management may be defined as creating the right internal environment. According to modern management or modern approach, it means creating the right internal environment so that everybody can work over here. Now, this approach is broader than the traditional approach. This modern approach is a little bit broader than the traditional approach, as management is defined here as a process consisting of different functions performed to accomplish the objectives of an organization. So, there are different senses of thought of this management. But the traditional approach is much broader. It is used in a much wider sense than the modern approach. Than the traditional approach. According to modern approach, it is a process. Now, what is a process? It is called a process. According to modern management, according to modern approach, management can be called as an approach because as a process. According to modern approach, management can be called as a process only because it involves a series of interrelated managerial actions, a series of interrelated management actions. What are those actions? The functions of management, for example, planning, organizing, directing, staffing, reporting, budgeting, etc., etc. There are 7 functions of management. All these interrelated functions comes under a process, and that's why management is rightly called a process according to the modern thought, according to the modern approach. According to the modern thought, management can also be called as an activity or a discipline. Now, why management is called an activity? That is also a question. Management is called an activity because it is the art of, I told you, it is the art of getting things done. It is the art of getting things done with the help of other. It includes activities, many activities like directing, regulating, then integrating the process, integrating the efforts and discharge of different operations of an organization to accomplish the organizational objectives. So thus management can be called as an activity. Management can again be termed, it can be again be seen as discipline because it is very systematized. Management can again be called as a discipline as it is systematized body of knowledge and is a separate field of activity. Management is a separate field of activity, that is why it is called a discipline. Now, it is a part of the system. The management is a total system. Considering the interacting interdependent subsystems are also there. There are certain interacting components in a management, and the main function of management is to bring harmonious arrangement among different resources used in the organization. So it is the function of management to bring harmony, working harmony in the organization. Now, management can be seen as a hierarchical authority. Management can be seen as a hierarchical authority because it is making rules. It is rule making and rule enforcing body. It is rule making and rule enforcing body because it enforces the rules and provisions of an organization, that the set of rules that is to be followed in an organization that is made by the management. It can also be called as an invisible force. It is set up with a group of individuals. It can be called as an invisible force. It is an economic resource. It is an economic resource because it is the function of management to utilize maximum resources, maximum utilization of resources with a minimum of wastage. So management involves a lot of interrelated functions, a lot of correlated functions, as I have told you, according to the modern approach. So modern approach is thus a little bit wider. It is used in a broader sense than the traditional approach. Traditional approach was used in a narrow sense, only it deals with managing men, but modern approach is something related with activity. It is the art of getting things done by the other. This is the difference between the modern and the traditional approach of management. This is just the beginning class where I have given you the different approaches of management to get the clear idea of what management is. I have just started the class. I have just defined what is management. In my next class, I will give up more definitions of management to clarify your idea about what management is. The difference of management with administration, then management, the importance of management, some objectives of management also we will discuss, with which you will understood what role does a management play in an organization and why it is so significant in an organization. The placement of management is so much significant. Is it of so much significance it is having in an organization? That I will explain to you in the next upcoming classes. So this is just the beginning class. Stay tuned for my next classes of Business Studies Management, the first chapter of class 12 BSTD. Till then, goodbye.